Many owners think their standard dog insurance offers total security in an emergency. However, they are often comparing the wrong details. Tariffs aggressively advertise that they cover 100% of surgical costs, which creates a false sense of absolute security. But when a sudden and complex veterinary operation is actually needed, that glowing protective shield will suddenly begin to shrink. Only a few premium tariffs remove the hidden ceiling trapping most dog owners, leaving a reality where true protection remains. The biggest trap in your policy is not what is covered, but exactly when the money abruptly stops. Buried in the fine print is a clause called Jahreshöchstleistungen, which acts as a strict annual maximum limit on your reimbursements. Many standard plans promise full protection, but quietly cap their total payout at just €1,500, leaving you exposed. Once that low ceiling is hit, every single remaining cost falls entirely onto your shoulders, becoming a severe financial burden. The GOT-Novellierung November 2022 veterinary fee schedule overhaul fundamentally changed everything. Veterinarians are legally authorized to multiply their base fees depending on exactly when a medical procedure takes place during the week. During a night or holiday emergency, clinics can bill at the absolute maximum fourfold rate for the entire treatment session. A routine surgery cost suddenly quadruples, instantly shattering the low ceiling of a standard insurance policy before you even realize. Imagine it is a Sunday night, and your dog urgently needs a critical and life-saving medical intervention to stabilize their health. Before treatment even begins, a mandatory emergency fee, known as Notdienstgebühr, is instantly applied to the invoice by the clinic staff. The clinic then calculates the entire complex procedure using the highest possible weekend multipliers, quickly pushing the total bill upwards. A bill reaches €4,000, your capped policy pays its fraction, and you must somehow find a way to pay. So how do you avoid being trapped by this massive weekend emergency multiplier? You must secure a true premium coverage. You need a specialized top-tier tariff that explicitly removes the annual ceiling entirely, ensuring that you have total financial backing. Specific high-end providers offer structures where the entire financial risk is shifted completely away from you and onto the insurer. They cover the maximum legal fee rates entirely, ensuring an emergency does not equal a total financial wipeout for your family. But even if your policy has no monetary cap, there is a dangerous trap hidden within your contract wording. It all comes down to the strict legal OP definition, buried deep within the terms and conditions of your coverage. Many plans define surgery strictly as a physical cut with a scalpel, classifying anything else as Heilbehandlung, meaning a basic healing procedure. Standard treatments are almost never unlimited, meaning your premium coverage simply refuses to activate when you actually need it most. Imagine your dog playfully swallows a small object here in the park, creating a sudden emergency needing immediate attention. The veterinarian successfully removes it using a small camera tube down the throat, requiring no actual cuts to the animal's tissue. Because this is an endoscopic procedure, your provider might legally claim that no actual surgery took place under their strict definitions. Unless endoscopy is explicitly written into your contract, you will pay that massive medical bill completely alone, out of your own pocket, so the surgery is approved and fully paid, but are your finances actually safe yet from the upcoming recovery costs? The next hidden trap is the strict time limit placed on Nachbehandlung, which covers the vital postoperative care for your companion. Bandage changes, physical therapy, and critical pain medication are only covered while this hidden clock is ticking down in the background. Once that specific time window expires, your unlimited insurance abruptly drops to 0% coverage, leaving you entirely on your own. If your dog suffers a torn cruciate ligament, they will require months of careful rehabilitation to walk normally once again. Even top-tier premium tariffs usually enforce a hard cutoff for this care, often known as a strict 42-day limit. When day 43 arrives, ongoing physical therapy suddenly becomes your sole financial burden, draining your own account fast. Unlimited surgery protection absolutely does not guarantee unlimited recovery time, which leaves a massive gap in your overall financial safety net. There is another severe hurdle that could void your premium coverage entirely, rooted deeply in their own specific breed. Conditions that are highly likely in specific breeds, like hip dysplasia, represent a nearly guaranteed loss for the insurance company. To protect their profits, they deploy a specific exclusion clause targeting these exact genetic vulnerabilities to avoid paying for future care. If your breed has a known issue, that specific joint is permanently excluded, denying you from the start. You might logically think that buying a policy while your companion is still a healthy puppy solves this entire problem. Insurers anticipate this by enforcing a massive waiting period. or Uelzener, for those specific genetic markers to become clear over time. If a vet discovers early signs of joint issues within the first 18 months, you have a growing problem ahead. That single early discovery permanently voids the coverage for that condition, bypassing your unlimited promise entirely and leaving you completely unsupported. Can an insurer retroactively cancel your policy just because you clicked a simple healthy checkbox on a digital comparison website portal? Portals often use overly simple, binary health questionnaires that completely fail to capture complex genetic realities or nuanced medical histories. In the AG Helmstedt as 2C 681/20th ruling, courts decided that this ambiguity works entirely against the fulsary insurer, meaning if the portal asked a vague question, the provider cannot use it to deny your reimbursement request. Despite these important court wins, actually forcing the company to release your money is harder than it has ever been before. Following the recent veterinary fee explosion, insurers drastically tightened their internal auditing processes to stem massive and unprecedented financial losses. This led to a 153% explosion in consumer complaints regarding delayed and unfair coverage decisions. The national financial regulator is currently flooded with angry owners fighting for their rightful payouts after following all the proper rules. Why are so many valid emergency reimbursement requests suddenly being rejected right out of the gate by the reviewing teams? To speed up the Schadenbearbeitungsdauer, providers now rely on automated systems that offer no human review whatsoever today. Complex multi-stage surgeries easily confuse these basic algorithms, triggering an immediate and automated rejection letter that completely ignores the actual facts. Owners must now aggressively fight through tedious appeals just to access the unlimited coverage they already paid for every single month. Assuming you do get paid, what is the long-term catch of holding a premium uncapped tariff for many consecutive years? To offset their massive surgical payouts, insurers structurally increase your monthly fee as time goes on, preserving their profit margins. As your dog ages and their actuarial risk goes up, the premium climbs aggressively when you need care the most. By their 7th birthday, your monthly cost might completely double, heavily testing your financial endurance over the incredibly long time horizon. Yet, there is one scenario where the perfect surgery tariff leaves you entirely bankrupt, completely removing any recourse. Under the law, you are subject to strict liability, or Gefährdungshaftung, for any damage caused to others, regardless of your intent. If a tangled leash accidentally trips a pedestrian, you are personally liable for their entire medical bill, meaning your finances vanish. A pedestrian's broken leg can easily cost over 11,000 euros, and without basic liability protection, you pay for everything yourself. So how do you build a wall of protection that actually holds up in a crisis and keeps you secure? Check your policy now, confirm there is no annual cap, and ensure endoscopy is explicitly covered to clear any doubt. Verify that your postoperative care window is long enough to support genuine, month-long rehabilitation, rather than just a few short days. Pair that true premium tariff with a basic liability policy, and you will never face a surprise financial ruin.